This community program would not be possible without the financial support of our corporate sponsors and community members. Tri-Cities Community Television would like to especially thank the cities of Port Moody, Coquitlam, and Port Coquitlam for their belief and support of community television.
Hello, you're watching Tri-City Community Television. I'm Mandara Lebovitz. Today we have a local entrepreneur and guest, Karen Curtis. She's got her own business. It's called Kics Lemonade. Welcome, Karen.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm well, thanks.
Good.
Good to be here.
Good. I heard you mention something about a solo entrepreneur, solopreneur. How do you say that?
Solopreneur. It's a hashtag.
Hashtag? What is that exactly?
It just means that the business is me, myself, and I. I'm it. I wear all the hats.
Okay. And it was a family business, or is? And,
It is.
And
yes.
who's on the label here?
That's my mom. Photo of my mom. It was taken in 1936 when she was just a wee gal,
Yeah, she's
as my
quite
granny
cute.
would say.
She's quite cute. She's wearing a little, what are those little bloomers type
Little
thing?
bloomers pulling her wagon on the farm.
In
Yeah.
a black and white.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys fell in love with this recipe together, or it's been in your family generations?
It's a family recipe. My grandmother made it for my mom and her sisters when they were growing up. My mom made it for my brother and myself. I made it for my daughters, and we've turned it into a business.
Quite a business.
Quite a business.
I know. I've drank your lemonade. It's fabulous.
Thank
My
you.
family, I brought it home to the family. And you have a few different kinds. You've got grapefruit, you've got lime, and then some other products here that have come out of your business.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, we started with one product 17 years ago. Sadly, Mom passed away 10 years ago. And when she passed away, that's when she showed up on the label. And I started doing all sorts of other things. She wasn't there to rein me in.
She would have minded being on the label?
Probably.
Yeah. Well, her spirit is with us.
Her
then.
spirit is with us, yes.
So Kics is also an acronym. What does that stand for?
Stands for Karen Isla Curtis Summers.
And Isla is?
Isla Summers is my mom.
Oh, your mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So any secret ingredients? I know that it's all natural ingredients. What's in here?
It's a simple syrup, so just a basic simple syrup of sugar and water, but we also add fresh lemon juice and a couple of natural acids, citric and tartaric acid, which really punch up the lemon flavor, as well as giving it that really nice tart, hits the back of your throat,
Yeah.
is a good balance between the sweet and the sour. And
Yeah. And you mentioned to me earlier that the grapefruit might be good in
Beer.
Beer. Might be good in beer. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's your experience been like? I know you've been mostly working with the farmers markets. Locally, I'm assuming, here in the
locally, yep.
Tri-Cities?
Yeah. I've gone from farmers markets as far west as Kerrisdale back in the day, and as far east as Abbotsford, and as far north as the Whistler Farmers Market.
Any one farmers market more successful than the other, or are they all?
I'd have to say my most successful one is Coquitlam.
Yeah, because I'm buying it all up. Yeah.
But I've been at Coquitlam for 17 years. That's where we started, and that's the the market
know
of my
you there.
heart, and they know
Yeah.
me there. And
The
that's
lemon lady. She's
the lemon
wearing
lady. I am
lemons
definitely the
today.
lemon lady.
Yeah. And you said you have a lemon colored
I have
hat.
hats,
and-
shoes, pants, sweaters.
So you're easily recognizable at the farmers market. I'm assuming.
Absolutely, yeah. And if you don't see me, you hear me.
Yeah. But you once were also, or maybe you are, I'm not sure, are you in any markets? Like there was Whole Foods,
I did used to retail it, yes. It was in Whole Foods and Choices 10 years ago. That was not particularly successful.
Why not?
It was more a lack of knowledge on my part about understanding how the industry works between margins and profit and putting a price point on it that, I mean, Whole Foods and Choices made money off it. I didn't.
Right.
Yeah.
So you needed maybe a business coach or someone
A
there
business
standing
coach would
beside
have been
you,
very
holding your
helpful at that
hand.
time. I kind of flew into it by the seat of my pants.
Were the contracts massive and sort of overwhelming in themselves?
No, the Whole Foods and Choices is really good in that respect with working with the small. You don't get into all of that right away. So it wasn't so much that, it was just, as I said, not really understanding anything about the margins in the industry itself.
So how long did you last in the, like how did that?
I had it in
ended
there.
Is what
It
I
ended,
yeah.
Mostly because the person that was co-packing it for me at the time went bankrupt.
Oh, no.
And I just didn't really want to find somebody else to do it. I wanted to scale it back and just go back to the markets, which is what I love.
So yeah, so talk about that. I know your experience with the farmers market and having this Choices and Whole Foods experience shaped what you're working in today, what you're passionate about today. You describe yourself as a local foodie who's passionate about working with the local community.
Yeah.
So how has your business with Kics branched out into what you're working on today?
It started when the more involved I became with the market, the more I could see how important the market is to sustainable food and to local food and small business and just sustaining the community just from the economic benefits that come from it. And I've always loved to cook. And so I was asked a couple of times to do some demos for the lemonade and stuff and make some fancy drinks, that kind of thing. And it's morphed into my doing food development recipes for market vendors and teaching classes at the farmers market using all the market vendors' ingredients.
So basically being a champion for local, natural, sustainable.
Absolutely.
And you also work with, did you say a foster, you called it a foster
Yeah, I do
group of
community
some kind?
kitchens for Family Services of Greater Vancouver.
Okay.
So we bring foster families together and we create a meal. And everybody goes home with dinner for their family that night. I do that, and again, I get to get up on my soapbox and talk about what's local, what's in season,
What you're
and
passionate about.
what I'm passionate about, and teach other people about good, wholesome cooking that doesn't necessarily rely on packaged, processed stuff.
Excellent. So where can someone find you if they want to take a cooking class with you?
At the market.
At the market?
Yeah. I don't have an outlet at the moment for teaching. I used to teach them at Cooks and Corks, actually.
Okay.
Back in the day before it closed. But now I do demos at the Haney Farmers Market, at the Coquitlam Farmers Market, and basically anybody that asks me, I'll go and do
And
it.
can you just show up?
Yep.
Yeah?
We usually advertise it on the farmers market websites.
Okay.
Will be an announcement.
And when
as
are the
to-
farmers markets?
The Coquitlam runs opens May the 6th. And it runs every Sunday until the end of October, and then we switch down to Port Moody, and we go from the end of October through till the beginning of May.
Wonderful.
So there's Coquitlam, there's Maple Ridge, there's the Port Coquitlam one, starts here in June. That's on Thursdays from 3 till 7.
Nice.
Yeah.
And do you have any advice for anyone starting out in the local craft business, young entrepreneur?
Do your research.
Do your research.
Do your research. Understand, go to the markets if that's where you want to start. Go to the markets, see what's there, see what's not there. If you see somebody doing something that you like, see how you can do it better.
Yeah.
Find out if there's a void and try and fill that. And call me,
Great.
because I'm
Well,
happy
thank
to mentor you.
Thanks so much for being our guest. And this is great lemonade. I've tried it, you should definitely try it too. And if you're a local entrepreneur looking for help and support, there's many organizations in the Tri-Cities, the Chamber, et cetera, that you can get in touch with and they'll help you. So thanks very much.
This community program would not be possible without the financial support of our corporate sponsors and community members. Tri-Cities Community Television would like to especially thank the cities of Port Moody, Coquitlam, and Port Coquitlam for their belief and support of community television.